important.
Yeah, she had trouble last time, and then she ended up going on to something else. I'll tell you what we'll do, because it is 1:15. While we're waiting for Anita coming back on, shall we do the? I'll let her do all the welcomes and what have you when she gets back on.
Hi Anita, are you struggling this morning?
Yeah, Pam's got her on the phone now.
Right.
Yeah, well, until she gets back on and we can start the meeting proper, she'll do all the welcomes, what have you. But shall we do the draw? This is our lottery draw, Sue, and guests that we do once a month. We have first, second, and third places. And what's the prizes, Andre?
It's for 11 months of the year, so there's £40 first prize, second prize is £20, and third prize is £10. But the prize draw, where we start the new Rotary lottery years in December, and for Christmas, the first prize is £100, second is 50, and third is 30. And why haven't you got your ticket?
So, right, okay, shall we do that then until Anita gets herself out? She's trying to organise something else. So we'll go for the first one now. And we've gone all high-tech with this thing. And if you win this time, Deb, we're going to work out that there's something wrong with this programme.
Yeah, it's stuck.
Been hacked.
Go on.
Just let me spotlight that video.
Oh.
That says Christian Finney, number 190.
Oh, isn't that brilliant? That's my youngest.
He'll be pleased to bought some tickets this year.
But he didn't pay for the ticket, so I'll be taking £10 off him.
Right, good idea.
190.
Right. Are you ready for the next one then, Andre?
Yeah, just a minute.
No, I haven't got a minute.
There you have.
Okay.
Okay. Second. Oh, Atticus Bingham. 49.
Who sold that one?
49, just a minute. 49. John Bishop, that's one of his. So that's second. It's one of his grandsons, I think. Or it could be his son-in-law.
Okay, ready for the third?
Yeah, just a minute. Yep, okay. Livy Hurst, 163. Yeah, that's one of Mike Hurst's grandchildren.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
That's good.
That's brilliant. Okay, got all those.
Good. Okay, then I'll do that. Anita, are you back all right with us?
Yes, I am. I'm here. What a nightmare that's been. Right.
Okay. Well, we've done the draw, Anita, and now if you want to crack on with the agenda, so we can get.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I've had a nightmare with sound. I could get on, but I had no sound. So, let me see. I'm all of a fluster now.
Okay, if you do the welcomes, then start with that fluster.
Yeah, thank you, Sue, for joining us. I can't see everybody. I've got a blank screen.
Just be here.
So I'm not quite sure why that is now, but I've got a blank screen. But as long as you can hear me and see me, report serving.
Okay, attendance obviously in Google Drive. I don't know where everybody is this morning, but we light on the ground.
Irvin,
yeah,
we've got a black screen with Irvin Android on it.
Right. Okay. Let's.
I thought that was just me.
No, it's turned into a robot.
No. How's that gone now?
Yeah, that's all right. That's it.
Yeah. Sorry about that. How's that, Anita? Can you see everybody now?
Well, I can see you and Pam. but everybody's big.
Right, okay.
Just
You
one
want to be on
screen.
gallery view, but anyway, attendance. I don't know where everybody is this morning, but there's we're here, and no doubt they'll join us if they do. We've done the lottery. Just president's visits, then remembrance.
Yeah, I haven't visited anybody or done anything. I went very quickly and laid the wreath on Sunday, as I've been sort of isolating. Not that I've been near anybody, but our school's been shut. It's been light on children in school, shall we say, because there's been I think it's 2 or 3 positive cases of COVID. So we've had to reduce the size of classes and things for those. So it was just in case I'd been near anybody in school, but luckily I hadn't. So I'm going back to work today. But I just was following the guidance of staying away from anybody really. So I very quickly went and laid the wreath and then jumped back in the car just so that I weren't around anybody. But it was, I just wish everybody else had my sort of sentiments really with that, because there was so many people at the church. Some were sort of sensible wearing masks and things, but they were just huddled in groups without masks and that. I mean, it was nice to see, but rules are there in place. And if we had sensible people, we might not be in this predicament. But yeah, the wreath was laid. Minutes obviously have been approved and are on Google Drive.
Okay, well, I can report that that the plant that we purchased for the civilians who died due to enemy action during the Second World War, that plant was placed on their cenotaph thing, memorial. It's up in the crematorium graveyard. So it's really I don't know if anybody's ever seen that monument, but it's quite an impressive monument for them, and all the names are on there. And anyhow, we put our plant on there, and I'll arrange to try and get that planted. But what was it we bought on? I can't remember. But anyhow, it's an azalea plant. So come spring, there should be a nice scent and pretty flowers on it. So I'll try and get that eventually get that planted. Minutes of the last meeting have been approved and on Google Drive. Correspondence, I'll cover that after we've done the speak, if you think that's the right thing to do.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
And we'll cover the Treasurer's report after Sue. So we're down to where Sue comes on. Then.
Yeah. So over to you then, Sue. Really looking forward to this.
Oh, no pressure then.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Sorry, Evan.
Sorry,
Deb
was
I was going to introduce Sue, but actually Sue needs no introduction because she's so good at what she does. I first met Sue when I was digging a 6-foot hole in a garden.
For Kim?
To put a, whatever you call it, that drains the water off.
Soak away.
A soak away in, yeah. I never realised what a talented lady she is.
And thank you for organising, Deb.
Hey?
I was just saying thank you for organising.
Oh, that's fine, no problem at all. So at the time I didn't know that Sue was so talented in terms of florist, because she was busy organising and setting up office for her husband's business and being a great office manager. But actually, having talked to Sue, before she was a florist, she's done leadership and management training. She used to work on the streets in Nottingham, not the kind of work that some of you guys might be.
You said you wouldn't ever reveal that, Debs.
Helping with outreach work, and from that became a psychotherapist. So there is a lot more to this lady than meets the eye. But when she opened Flowers from Holland, actually, when talking about it, you could see the sparkle in her eyes and how much this meant to her. Because her mum had been a keen flower arranger. And from there, she's gone to strength to strength. She's done all the table centres for business meetings and conferences in Grantham. and at the church. So I've always admired her work. So I'm really, really thrilled to have Sue here today. So over to you, Sue.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, it's a pleasure to be here. As briefly mentioned, I got into flowers really to spend some time with my mum. She was a very keen flower arranger. She was involved with the church flowers and that sort of thing. And it was a constant bewilderment to my mum as to how she could have a daughter that couldn't flower arrange, seeing as she'd done it most of her life. So I thought, well, perhaps I ought to give this a go and get a bit more involved. So I started going to the Grantham Flower Club with her to spend some time looking at flowers and have some lovely time with her as well. And things evolved, and I became chairman of the flower club. And then 5 years ago, I was given the opportunity to take over a flower shop that was previously owned by my brother, Robert Holland, and the flower shop was called Flowers from Holland. I decided to keep the name, and that is really where I cut my teeth in commercial floristry. So I went from the hobby into the profession. And they always tell you, don't they, never to make a hobby into a job, because it's a nightmare. And I have to say, it hasn't been for me. It's been an absolute revelation, and it's a joy to be working with flowers every day. I find it so relaxing, and I can totally immerse myself into flowers and forget what's going on out there, COVID and all the other stresses that we get in the days. So it's been a fantastic career, massive change for me to move into flower arranging and floristry. So 18 months ago, I realised, well, I just sort of realised before then, but I couldn't attract wedding market into the florist shop that was beside a funeral director's. No one came in to talk to me about weddings. And I wanted to be a little more creative and do some happy work as well as sad work. So 18 months ago, I decided to take the plunge and open a second shop in Westgate, which was to focus purely on celebration and wedding work. And it was fantastically successful. And all was going well. Got 40 weddings booked in my first year whilst I was open there. So I was very happy. I'd hit my targets. And all was going well. And I think it was for everybody until the 23rd of March this year. And lockdown happened. And everybody has had their experiences of lockdown and what that's meant for their own businesses and their own families. What it meant for me was, instead of doing 40 weddings this year, I did 8. So cash flow wise, that was a real challenge. Expenses stayed the same as far as rent is concerned. Luckily, I was eligible for the government grant, so that paid the rent. Able to furlough people, so that was great. But you know, a major part of my cash flow for that shop disappeared. So after lots and lots of soul searching and what am I going to do, I've decided to close both shops. That was a massive decision, and I've now moved to my home, and we've converted a couple of old stables where we live now, and I've got a fantastic studio, which is where I run my business from. If any of you want to interject, please do. This isn't a lecture. Okay. So I moved in here only a couple of weeks ago, and I'm really feeling like I've been here forever. I'm really settled. The reality of COVID is that flowers have gone up by 30%. So what people expect in their bouquets is difficult to put in when that sort of increase has happened. And you can only absorb that for a certain period of time. That's another reason why I moved, because if by getting rid of the outgoings and the overheads, I can then keep the stem count actually high in my bouquets and produce a high value, good quality bouquet. And then if the other word, the Brexit word that everyone's forgotten about really this year, if we end up with no deal on trade, we get another 8% on those flowers for imports. And the majority of the flowers in the UK are imported in the winter. British flower market is trying to grapple back and grow some flowers which are fantastic, and I use them where I can. But in the winter, basically, it's on the lorries from Holland that keep me going. So it's business as usual for me here. It's still all about, generally, hatches, matches and dispatches. That's my core work. Celebrations, whether it's to say sorry, whether it's just because, whether it's a great anniversary, a birth, whatever that might be, flowers always are linked to an emotion. And I see that when I deliver them. I see the surprise, I see the gasp, I see the, okay, he's sorry. So all of those things are fantastic responses. And certainly when I'm writing some of the messages on cards that people, when they order their flowers, I'm thinking, well, I hope this one works, because I think some bridges need to be built. So it's fantastic to see that a lot of people are still using flowers and florists for important messages to be given. And that's really where florists now need to make the most, I think, of the market that's available. Because most people, I do the same sometimes when I go shopping. If I see something that normally I have to buy 50 stems of, and I just see 10 stems of tulips, I'll pop them in my trolley. So that's what a lot of people do. But we need to carve a niche on why should you come to a florist? And that's a really good question. Why should you come to a florist? So the main reason is quality. So I've had a delivery this morning. I have deliveries every single day of fresh flowers that came from the markets 18 hours ago in Holland. If you buy supermarket flowers, often they're not even in water in a bucket. They can be dried out, and they will certainly have been there a week. So you're going to get fresher flowers. And time again, I do hear that, oh, your flowers lasted an age, Sue, and it's really good value. So you may pay a little bit more because I haven't got the buying power of Sainsbury's, but you will get the value. So you'll get the longer lifespan of those flowers. You'll also get personal flowers to use, so the colours or the particular flower. So it's really worth talking to a florist. Price-wise, they still start at £20–25. So it's really worth talking to get a special bouquet that's going to last and make that difference. I also think actually getting flowers delivered from a florist feels so lovely to the receiver. And if people come to me and they bring me flowers, even if they come for dinner, and they bring me some flowers that are quite clearly from a florist, it means a lot to say that they've made the effort to go in and do that. So it can only needs to be 2 or 3 stems of some lilies and some grass, and that says thank you for having us. So we can do things to any budget. So the next big market for us really is Christmas. And how are we going to make the most of Christmas? Normally people are filling village halls by now. I've got bookings coming in to do wreath making workshops for 30 or 40 people, and I'm taking greenery, and everything's really frenetic, and it's fantastically fun. Lots of fairs and shortbread and mince pies being eaten. And that can't happen. Even if the lockdown is lifted, we're going to possibly still have restrictions on how many people we can get together. So it's all about doing things on Zoom like this, so we can do group sessions of people logging in and was making wreaths over Zoom, and I've got a lot of bookings for that now. I've also got wreath making kits that I'm dropping off at people's houses that they can log on just to a video in their own time and follow my video on how to do that. And if, fingers crossed, the lockdown is lifted at the beginning of December, I've got a COVID safe environment for up to 5 people plus me, so that's the 6, to work at their own workbench to do a group session here. So it's about adapting, isn't it, and seeing what opportunities are there in today's environment really for business. And I think that's what a lot of businesses now are having to do. They're saying, what are the rules? How can we work with those? And I think technology is really grabbing us all and shaking us. And a lot of florists traditionally haven't really been into technology, and we've all been kicking and screaming now, coming through and having to learn how to use Zoom and how to do online demonstrations, because it's the new world. It's what people are doing. The trends in floristry at the moment has moved very much into sustainability and recycle, reuse and compostable. So for me, I've embraced that as a business. So none of my packaging is has to go into landfill. So none of the cellophane I'm using paper, I'm using raffia. And the florist green foam, which is really the work of the devil, to be fair. It takes 10 years for a block of green foam to compost. We're now using a different product which takes only 600 days, which is two years, isn't it? So we're also using wool, we're using moss, we're using lots of different ways to actually do flowers. So I think the world of floristry is changing. My world of floristry is certainly changing. And I think for me and for you, it's how do flowers enhance your life? And we can use our workspaces to put flowers in, and that will make a big difference in a workplace. Research shows that flowers in a workplace, and plants indeed, reduce people's stress. It also can reduce absenteeism because of that. It's also a great way to reward our teams for sticking with it, particularly this year. Blimey, hasn't everybody had a lot of stress to be dealing with, working from home, probably feeling isolated? And how would a lovely bouquet of flowers arriving just from your boss saying, I really appreciate what you're doing there, keep going, that would really go down well. So we can do that for you. And also to people who are doing business with you, I've touched briefly about how flowers elicit an emotion. What it also does for a brand is that it puts that emotion onto the brand. So if someone's done some business with you and you want to thank them for that, getting a lovely plant or some flowers just saying thanks for your business also overlays on that good experience they've had with you on your brand. So I thought, how can I show you how great my flowers are? So I'm going to, I understand there's a process for this to be happening today. I'm making a bouquet, and this is going to be for one of you to win. Or I think there might be an auction. I'm not too sure. Debbie, what was the solution on this in the end? Can you hear me, Debs?
Well, yes. Well, sorry, I was just unmuting. It's good technology stuff. Yes, Irvin's organised a silent auction.
Right.
So,
okay.
the silent auction, I'm not sure if it'll finish in the meeting or there'll still be bids after the meeting, so I'm not sure who's watching this.
Okay, so you're going to just let me know where to deliver this to.
Yeah, or what I thought as well, if there's a COVID safe way of meeting you at the end of your drive, I'll pick it up and deliver it.
Yeah, okay, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, that's absolutely fine. So in the summer, when it was a big lockdown and we had the symbol of the rainbow everywhere, didn't we? It was the NHS, core workers, key workers. I developed a rainbow bouquet, and that's what I'm going to make for you today to bid for. And it has got every single colour of the rainbow in it. So it's a cheerful bouquet. It's got a fantastic range of flowers. So we've got the yellow going in there with the pink. This is Solidago. I think the common word name for this is goldenrod. Now the gardeners amongst you are going to tell me whether I've done that, whether I've said that correctly or not. Then we've got some purple alstroemeria there, which are just about to burst into flower. And then I've got some absolutely gorgeous different things. So a little bit more yellow, and we've got these pom-poms. These are called Crospedia, and I love them because they're a different texture, different shape, and they're just fun. So I'm going to put those in just as a group to be on the just to show themselves off there. Now the purple, I'm using these gorgeous dancing cloud roses, and they're one of my favourite. I'm going to really put it up there. How amazing is that lilac rose? So we just put those around here. Ordinarily, if I'd been in a room with you today, I was going to do a generation game challenge and get some of you to make one of these bouquets. but logistically that wasn't possible. So we've just got this demo instead. This is wax flower. I use a lot of wax flower. I prefer it than gyp. Wax flower's got woody stems. It's got a beautiful little flower, but what is the nice thing about this is it smells of lemon. And I think gyp smells of catwee. So I very rarely use it. And I know brides love it. And I think it's because it's so delicate, but it's not the best smelling thing, to say the least. Now, as a special treat, what do you think these are? These have got the hairnets on still. Can you see?
Is it a
And I'm just
thistle?
going to... No. What are they? These are agapanthus, and just look at how beautiful that is. So that's your blue in the bouquet. So already, can we all remember the song? Who sang red and yellow and pink and green, orange and purple and blue? I can sing a rainbow. Sing a rainbow too. And we are putting those in there. Now, can you see how absolutely amazing that blue is in there? How phenomenal is that? The orange, I'm using some orange carnations. And this is a lovely large bouquet to be in anybody's lounge or kitchen table. And then the final bit, the green. I could have been lazy, couldn't I, and just use a bit of foliage for green. But I'm using these. Now, what are these in their hairnets? Anybody ideas? I know
Dandelions.
there's... Sorry, say again?
Dandelions.
No. Now, your wife sat beside you will know what these are. She's keeping very quiet.
Chrysanthemums.
These are Anastasia chrysanthemums, and they are a gorgeous lime green, and they will just give that eye-popping colour amongst all the others. So we've got red and yellow and pink and green, orange and purple and blue. So I can see a rainbow, can't you? So I'm just going to put a little bit of foliage around there. Now, because, as I've said already, I don't use cellophane. I try not to use paper, to be fair. If someone was buying this from me today, they'd have a choice of having it in or out of water. So if they were having it out of water, I'd put some paper around it to protect it, tie it with raffia, and then it'd be ready to go in a vase. I've just got to get my raffia. Doesn't matter how well you prepare, you always miss something, don't you? But I am going to tie this with raffia today, and I'm going to put it in water so that it is fine for however long it takes to get to whoever buys it. Now, my process of putting these in water is that I use one of those. These are recyclable plastic vases. They're made from recyclable plastic, and they can be put back in the recycling waste if you don't want to keep it, or you can wash it out and use it again. And I've got those in various colours. And I'm just going to trim these stems. And if the people want them in water, I don't put any other packaging other than the raffia and the vase. You don't want a bit of paper, do you really? It's just rubbish. So that is still a little bit long. Let me just put that a bit more. The water has got the plant food already in it, the cut food, cut flower food already in it. So it will sustain them. And that is the rainbow bouquet there. So that is available, whoever would like to bid for that. Just so you know, bidding wise, what you would expect to pay for that. That's a £45 bouquet. So dig deep, because I'm sure it's for a great charity. And you can have these flowers then to enjoy or to give to somebody else to see their smiley face. So That's the bouquet. The final thing I just wanted to say is that we are also launching our own version of subscription flowers. So you've all heard Freddie's Flowers and Wild and Bloom. Mine is Friday Flowers. So the idea is that you can buy flowers on a weekly subscription. You could actually buy a subscription monthly flowers as a Christmas present, and they will be delivered to the person. You can also swap 1 week if you don't want the flowers yourself and you want them to go somewhere else. We can do that for you. You can have them as a bouquet. You could have them as a arrangement. Whichever way you're wanting to have your flowers, Friday Flowers could be the way forward. So you get your groceries delivered, your wine delivered, your laundry delivered, and your flowers delivered, all on a Friday. Happy days, ladies. Well, and gents, I don't want to say.
Thank you, Sue.
So that's it, really. That's all I have to say at this point. The lockdown's finished, and if you'd like to come up and see me in Barrowby, you are all more than welcome. Just let me know, give me a call to let me know that you're coming, and I'll make sure the kettle's on. And keep safe and well, everybody.
Thank you, Sue. That was brilliant. I know I'd like to come up and see you, Sue. I'd be quite happy sitting with a group of 5 other people. I won't say ladies, because I'll say people, to have a session. I'm sure Pam would as well.
Yes.
So yeah, really, really good.
Well, that
really
would be great.
good. And their flowers look beautiful.
Well, a lot of them are fresh in today. Some of them came in yesterday, but they're very fresh.
Yeah, beautiful. Has anybody got any questions for Sue?
No.
Now, whereabouts in Barrowby are you, Sue?
So you know Barrowby quite well, I'm sure. As you come through Barrowby out onto Rectory Lane, which is the A52 access point, which is the long straight road.
Yeah.
As you come past the Memorial Hall, the reading room on the left, and then you have an S-bend like that. Before you go around the last bit of the S-bend, I'm on the right, just by the big tree, next door to where Green Acres nursing home was. I'm not in that development. I'm next door to it, on the right of it.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. Just while the question's going on, this is going to be a secret auction, and if you'd like to use your chat facility on your computer and address it to myself, the Secretary, Irving Metcalf, put your sealed bid in there, and then hopefully by the end of the meeting we should have who the winner of this wonderful bouquet is. So use the chat, address it to myself so that it's secret. Well, it won't be secret to me. I'll know, and I'll let the members know who's it. So we already have a bid coming in. So if you want to do that while we're doing the rest of the meeting, and hopefully we'll have an answer for you at the end of the day. So Anita is doing the vote of thanks.
Do you want to do it, Irving, while you're there?
I did the last one, come on.
Andre can
But
do it.
yes, I'd be delighted to do the vote of thanks, because I've known Sue for a long time. I knew her mother very well. She's a brilliant pianist as well as a brilliant flower.
She wasn't she? Yeah.
And so we had some great fun with her over meals and what have you. So I've known Sue and Robert for an awful long time. And we've purchased stuff from Sue, and it's just absolutely top quality. And I know she's got all these other talents as well. We just the only thing is she's not putting them to good use because she's not one of our members.
Oh, there it is.
There it is. Come along, Sue. You'll have a wonderful time.
But I know you did come along to one of our Rotary meetings in Rotary Club of Grantham, Sue, and I know you're in amongst a lot of old farts, as we call them. But we're quite young and dynamic, so you might reconsider it sometime. But
I might at least I'm up now for it.
Yeah, that's it. You've got to be up for joining our club, that's for sure.
Yes.
But yes, absolutely brilliant demonstration. And I don't know, you came across as an expert at this online demonstrations, and I'm sure this is going to be an avenue of business for you in the years.
I'm hoping so. Yes.
So
Yeah, it was really good.
So thank you very much for taking your time. And I think Ian was putting his hand up there. Were you going to have a question, Ian?
Yeah, I was, yeah. Really just to ask you, Sue, about the Friday Flowers thing. I have to admit I'm one of the people that uses Field and Bloom for the post, the letterbox flower. And I think you're right. Something that is a bouquet is a much nicer thing, but there is the practicality of the letterbox flowers, particularly for people that order online and aren't always in. So will you be doing something like that, something which can be ordered online and can be regularly, obviously it can be regularly delivered? The convenience thing is what I'm asking. And if so, is it a website or is it a phone call? How does it work?
So at the moment it's a phone call because we're just having our website rejigged, and it'll be launched in January. So it's a phone call at the moment. So I don't like putting flowers in a flat box. I've got to come out of the closet and say that. I worry about them. I worry about flowers. That's where my life's at the moment. So I would want to deliver those in a hand-tied way, and possibly in one of these vases that then I exchange each week with you. So I put them somewhere safe. We would agree where they were going to be put. And I would make sure that they were put somewhere safe for you, and we just exchange the vases each week. And of course, we can talk about colour schemes and what works best for you with the types of flowers you're wanting as well. So we can work it through in a much more personable way than just a faceless online company, which they're very good, but I think I can offer you a better service than that.
Yeah, that's good, because I mean, again, I'm a lazy chap, and they are very, very convenient. You just set up a subscription when it comes. But when it does come, there is this, and you'll know this, that sort of disappointment that it's a box with they're not quite flowers yet.
No, they do sort of come out, don't they?
I mean, that bit's nice, but then when you actually get the thing, it's not as impactful as a full-blown bouquet. So I think if you can bring those two things together, i.e. the convenience.
And the Friday flowers start at, I think it's £15. So we can do them from any, a relatively low start to however much you're wanting to spend.
Right.
I can just report that we have a few bids in now, and but I'll wait a little while longer because there's still one or two of us who would like to put a bid in, and it's upwards from what you suggested, Sue. So
oh, super! Well done.
If you want to revise your bid, just put it on the chat. It's a bit like eBay, this,
It's quite exciting.
Good. Well, thank you so much, Sue. Just moving on, Irving, while then bids come in, and projects and reports, Irving. So,
is this a confidential bit of the meeting?
No, you're all right.
No, you're all right, Sue. This is the bit where you might think, actually, because we're so relaxed and so normal, you might want to join.
Okay.
So, the museum restoration.
Yeah, can I just butt in there? Debbie wanted to say something.
Oh, sorry, Debs. Yeah, I can't see everybody. That's why.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. No, it was just another quick question for Sue, and that is in shops, she's had some beautiful little ornaments, teddy bears, bits that go nicely with flowers. Have you got any plans to be able to include those in your deliveries?
I'm doing the things that you would expect. So in the shop, I had quite a wide range of giftware. I have reduced that down drastically because I don't have any walk-in trade. So obviously the opportunities to sell that has reduced. But things that go with the flowers, things like chocolates, teddies, things for children if it's a birth load of flowers, the little toys that go in with those. And we will have a selection of things that come and go. But so if you're wanting anything particularly, a few days notice would be good, or just ring up and see what we've got in stock at the time. But we have an amount of stock in, but not the range we did have, because I don't have the walk-in. We've still got plants as well. I sell gorgeous plants. Got some gorgeous poinsettias in at the moment. Absolutely enormous. £15. They're fantastic.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Has anybody else got any more questions before we move on?
Good. Okay, well, it looks as though we're done on that, but I think we've all applauded Sue for her demonstration. That's wonderful.
Thank you. Thanks very much. It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Good.
Thank you.
Anita was asking about the one or two projects that we're doing, Sue, so we'll just go through. We don't have much business, so you're quite welcome to stay. I'm sure you want to know what the final bid is as well. So we just,
yes, I would like to know that. Yes.
We'll do a little bit of business, then we'll come back. The museum, that's all been finished at the moment. The doors are completed. We've had photographs taken, and there's supposed to be an article going into the journal in due course. So there are some more other projects there. There's some inner doors that we want doing, but we did say to the museum curator that we'd probably leave that till the new year, because we've had quite a busy year with our projects, what with the sensory garden and what have you, and other things that we're doing. Keith is still working on the sound booth, and this is something you could be interested in, Sue, doing podcasts. They've put a studio in, a recording studio, where you can do videos and podcasts.
Oh, wow.
Okay. And it's Keith's been busy building all the sound desks and all that sort of thing, so he's still got a little bit of work to do there. And I say for next year we've got a project of doing the inner doors at the museum, and also there's a side door as well which wants doing. So that will I'll bring that to the club in the new year. Christmas cards, they've gone out. There's End Polio Now Christmas cards, which came from Lincoln. Is that your club that does that, James, or what are the others?
Oh, it's not your club, is it?
I think it's Lincoln Colonia who's doing them, but the End Polio Christmas cards, we bought about £36 worth, our club, so thanks for doing that, members. There's only Heather to pick hers up, so that's good. And half of that money that we paid out will come back to our End Polio contribution.
Irvin.
Yeah.
It's Lyndon that's doing the cards. I'm sorry I didn't hear you. The concentration was looking out the window. We're expecting a lorry in the yard in a minute. I just try to keep an eye on it.
Is that what you used to do when you're at school, James? Look out the window.
Yeah. I love spending time looking out the window. Sorry.
Rotary shoe boxes, which has all been in the paper. I'm sure everybody here knows what the shoe boxes are. Our club's filled about 20 so far. I'm still waiting for one coming in from Ben and Heather. And I think that's... Oh, Heather brought hers, did she? Yeah. All right. Okay, so just waiting for one coming in from Ben. I think we'll have filled about either 20 or 21 boxes, our club. And so that's a great effort. And these are going to go out to Kiev, I believe. But no doubt there'll be a report in the Grantham Journal in due course. But it was a great cause and a great effort from our club, so thanks for that. Lottery tickets, I think, is the next one. Ian? Andre?
Yep, we were nearly there. Still waiting for 3 members, including the president. Have you got the money, Anita?
Yeah, I have. Mark's going to transfer it into the bank or something tonight.
Yeah, that's fine. That's the easiest way. So there's just 2 members who have sold all the tickets. So all 200 have now been covered. So that's good news.
This is for our guests. This is one of our fundraisers. We have a 200 club. The cost is it £10 a ticket? Something like £5? No, £10 a ticket. Yeah, £10 a ticket. But as Andre said early on, there's quite good prizes, and it's quite good odds to actually win something. And I believe, Deb, you're the star winner, and I know you probably bought all 10 tickets yourself. But I think you've had pretty good return, haven't you?
I did buy an awful lot of tickets.
Yeah, but you've had a damn good return, I think. Yes, I think you're showing a profit. So thanks to everybody who's.
Can I just say, Irvin? Okay, just in my defence, that money that's come in has bought the paints that I gave to get the ornaments done, and it's paid for the stuff that I bought for Anita for the sensory garden, and it does all get filtered back into the club in different ways. Okay, as you'll note from the accounts and the fact that I don't ever ask for anything back. So that's just in my defence, Irvin, because I'm not going to sit here and take that on the chin.
No, I'm sorry to make you sensitive about that, Deb. No. It's quite nice to see that our members who do buy them actually do win something back. So that's good. And I have won money back myself. So, but anyway, that's good. Anita, over to you. Where do you want to go next?
Just one quick. Well, with the drum lessons, Irvin, how and what's happening with them, because we've missed that with the drum lessons. How was that going with the young man?
Yes, I haven't had a report from Les on this, because he's been sort of leading this. This is for the young lad who's is he autistic? I believe he's autistic. Yeah,
he's very autistic, and one or two other sort of major issues as well. Doesn't cope very well around a lot of people and things like that. So when he very first started his drum lessons, we didn't know if it was going to work for him with the COVID and everything, and being somebody new. But obviously, once he got started, it was something he's thoroughly enjoyed. So I just wondered how it was going now, a few weeks in.
Yes, yeah. I do know that the drum lessons have actually finished.
Right, okay.
The bill from the tutor of £200 has actually been paid.
Brilliant.
The next session for that is for Les to put together a report for the Grantham Journal, and along with some pictures. And we have asked him to arrange that the lad and his mother come along to one of our meetings, and we'll get a report, hopefully directly from them, as to how effective our £200 has been.
Brilliant.
So that project is coming to a conclusion. So and it sounds
fantastic. Just going back from earlier on, the Treasurer's report.
Right. Okay. Thanks to that. Treasurer at the moment, and I've got an up-to-date figure here. I can put my glasses. What am I doing with my glasses? There they are. One of the joys of getting old, you need spectacles. Charity accounts got 3,490 in, and general accounts got 2,660 in it. I have sent out some spreadsheets with 2019-20 for Richard. I'm a little bit concerned that we're going to have these ready, and I think we might have to bypass Richard on this one.
Yeah.
Because we're not getting any communication from him at the moment. As far as I know, his wife is on the mend, and she's bowel cancer's now been put right, as far as I'm aware, and she was on the mend, as far as I'm aware, the last report I had. But unless somebody else has got an update on that. Andre, have you spoken to Richard lately?
I have, but it's much as you described, Irvin. She is clear. She was clear of the cancer. She was just waiting for a final chemotherapy session. So it's a good news story, really.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, well, that's good. So anyway, there's a spreadsheet out there which has got it all laid out from July 2019 through to June 2020. So we'll try and progress that as best we can. There's only about 5 things, and they're mostly check payments, which I don't know what they are. But otherwise, I've got all the information that I need really to have the accounts audited.
Yeah. Do we know if Mike's going to audit him or not? Have we heard anything back?
Yes, I have heard back from I forgot his name now. Mike Hurst.
Yeah,
Mike Hurst. He's just absolutely, he said he's still up to his eyeballs in work, trying to recover his business from the COVID-19 situation.
yeah.
So he has asked if we can get anybody else to audit, then do so. I can get that organised.
Brilliant, thank
I've got a
you.
couple of people who can do that for us.
Brilliant. So obviously we've got the SGM coming up, and we need to look at our office, you know, our next sort of members doing different jobs, and I have emailed a selection of people and had, you know, them politely email me back and that with their reasoning. So we do need to look at other members taking up the different jobs. So if the members that are here today can have a look, think about the jobs that we need doing, like president nominee, a new foundation officer and things like that, it'd be great. And as everybody knows, they get a lot of support, like I've had support all year. So we do need to look at that, don't we? Have you got anything you want to say about that, James?
No, not really. I've been a bit out of the loop the last 2 or 3 months, so
Yeah.
I'm going to be in catch-up mode for a little while now.
Yeah, okay. So we've got our lovely Kevin speaking at the next meeting about his joys of his job, which we're looking forward to, aren't we, Kevin?
Yes, I try and make it not too long. Very exciting. I've been digging out my old photos of when I worked abroad, so
Oh, that'd be really
that'll be
interesting
some good stuff.
then.
Oh, don't tell us too many secrets.
No, it's all right. There's nothing incriminating.
Right. Does anybody want to know who's won the beautiful bouquet?
Yeah.
Yes, go on then.
Right. Well, the highest bid, and they were all good bids, but the highest bid was £53,
Right.
and that goes to Peppy. So when you get up for breakfast, Peppy, and so hopefully sometime today, or sometime today, there'll be a beautiful bouquet arriving on your doorstep. So
That's fantastic.
yeah,
That's really great.
yeah. So 53 quid, and thanks to that, Peppy, we're pleased we invited you. But there's other bids up there very close to that bid, so everybody's very impressed with your work this morning, Sue. So thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Sue.
Yeah, Peppy, I'll send you an email with details of how you can pay for this. This will go into our charity account and be used for. We'll try and make sure that's used for local good causes that that our members select. So Andre is our chairman of our trustees of our charity account, so he'll make sure that we spend that wisely somewhere in Grantham for a good cause. So,
Lovely.
Well, Christian Dior said, after women, flowers are the most lovely thing God has given to the world. So I think that's true this morning.
So has anybody got anything else that they want to mention or anything? Yes, James.
Debbie's Debbie and James. Yeah.
One of the things that Linda's done during lockdown, because obviously you can't visit people quite so easily, she's discovered flower cards, and I know this is not any use to Sue, but she's discovered flower cards, and they have been received. I don't really know what they are, but they're a flower arrangement that's inside a card that goes through the post. And I think she sent 5 or 6 out during the time, and they, without a shadow of a doubt, every single one of them has been received with fantastic reviews. So you are right, Sue. Flowers do things, particularly for the ladies amongst us all. I'm not sure about whether what I would feel like if someone sent me a flower card, because I'm not a flowery person. I do know somebody that would appreciate it. So, and your demonstration this morning, although it's not what I thought it was, brilliant. The way you put it together, so simple, and anything that's done well always looks easy. I suspect when you start to do it yourself, it may not be quite so easy, but well done.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, James. And it's lovely to see you, James.
Deb's got a hand up.
Okay. Just a quick hi from Rachel at Helping Hands. She's gone through a chemotherapy. She's now in radiotherapy, but she's back at work. And as I said to Anita a couple of months ago, she's now picking up the reins and blasting on with Helping Hands. I've explained that money that we tried to ring fence, that's gone by the by. But what Rachel said is, at the moment, what she really is desperate for is any men's coats or men's shoes. So if anyone's got any men's stuff that they're chucking out, please give me a shout. I'll pick it up and I'll make sure Rachel gets it, because it's going to be, and women's as well. It's particularly men's, but women's, children's coats and hats and gloves, because it's going to be really important for the homeless and those in difficulty as the winter progresses. So just give me a shout. You all know where I am.
Okay, thank you, Debs. And you can always invite Rachel along again for another chat, so she can come and let us know how she's doing and what else she needs help with.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Anybody got anything else they need to bring forward or anything like that ready for the next meeting?
No.
Nope. I will just let you know. I had a letter come yesterday. I've got my oncology appointment come through, and that's on Monday. So that things are moving forward a little bit with me now. So I'll go and see the radiology team on Monday. So hopefully it won't be too long now, and I'll get some answers and have my treatment started. So fingers crossed. I won't have Bill and Ben talking to me every day, as I put it. So yeah, so thank you, Sue, once again. Yeah, really, really inspirational and beautiful flowers. So if nobody else, if nobody's got anything else that they want to say, Debs, would you like to do the rotary toast?
On mute, hang on. Oh. I just muted myself when you asked me.
Pete, it was your speaker. I thought it would be very good for you to do the rotary toast.
Okay, and just to let you know, I've got some great speakers for next year as well lined up. So watch
Brilliant.
this space. Yeah,
brilliant.
So for everyone, Rotary and peace the world over.
Rotary and peace the world over.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you very much.
Eamon, I'll give you a quick ring when the meeting's finished.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Cheers, Annie. Thanks, Sue.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Sue. It was brilliant.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.